Good morning, students. Today we will continue Block 3, Knowing Microorganisms. In this video, you are going to learn about algae and fungi and the comparison of their basic structure and features. The important keywords in today's learning are algae, fungi, and unicellular. Algae are simple plant-like organisms. They are green in color and mostly found in moist habitat like streams, puddles, and surfaces of tree trunk. Some algae are attached to rocks while others swim or float on the surfaces of ponds, rivers, lakes, or oceans. Large algae that grow in oceans are called seaweeds. One of the variety of seaweeds is known as kelp. Algae may be unicellular or multicellular. Unicellular organisms are made of single cell, while multicellular organisms are made up of more than one cell. The unicellular algae are found in variety of shapes such as cup-shaped, spherical, rod-like, oval, and spindle in shape. And they vary in size from 1 micron to 50 meters. Examples of unicellular algae are Chlamydomonas. Chlamydomonas is a single-celled microscopic green alga. It is found in fresh water or lakes. It is spherical and oval in shape, and the cell is surrounded by cellulosic cell wall and contains nucleus in center. There is a single large cup-shaped chloroplast inside the cell. Chloroplast is the organelle of the cell which consists chlorophyll, and it helps in the photosynthesis process. At last, there are two flagella at the end which help in movement. Multicellular algae are big and found in various forms such as filamentous and branches. Examples are fucus, kelp, and Polysiphonia. Algae differ in their color too, and their names depend on the color they bear. But all algae contains chloroplast and other color pigments which make them colored. Examples are brown algae, fucus, red algae, Polysiphonia, blue-green algae, Anabaena. Let's discuss some important features of algae. These are closely related to plants as they contain chloroplast in their cell. Algae can also make their own food like plants. The chlorophyll present in the chloroplast absorbs sunlight and performs photosynthesis. It takes carbon dioxide and water, which as a result produces sugar and oxygen. It uses sugar as a food and oxygen is released into water. The chemical reaction involved in this process is shown here. Students, the study of algae is called phycology. Now, how algae are useful to us? They enrich the water with oxygen as a result of photosynthesis. They are rich source of minerals like sodium, potassium, and iodine. Therefore, they are consumed as a food also. Seaweeds are consumed on a large scale in China and Japan. Red and brown algae are used for making medicines. Some harmful algae. Some algae grow rapidly in ponds and lakes, forming thick layer called algal bloom. This rapid growth of algae sometimes causes poisonous effect after they die, as they serve as food for decomposers like bacteria, results in decrease of oxygen level in water, which leads to the death of aquatic organisms, and this is called eutrophication. Due to this, water become unfit for drinking. Let's discuss some important features of fungi. Fungi are the unicellular or multicellular organisms, and they have characteristic of both plants and animals. Due to lack of chlorophyll, they cannot make their own food, so they are heterotrophic in nature, and that's why they behave like animals. They may be saprophytes, which are obtaining food from decomposing dead organic matter, or parasites, which are living on host to obtain food. Just like plants, they have cell wall made up of complex sugar called chitin. Examples of fungi. Yeast is a unicellular fungi, while mold and mushroom are multicellular fungi. The study of fungi is called mycology. They can be easily identified growing on moist tree trunk, leather goods, stale bread, or rotten fruits. Let's discuss about structure of yeast cell. Students, we can notice following points in yeast cell. It is an unicellular saprophytic fungus and lives in colonies. Yeast cell is oval shaped and contains a nucleus. The cytoplasm has organelles like ribosomes, mitochondria, and endoplasmic reticulum. How fungi are useful for us? So let's see. They help in decomposition of plants and animals, thus cleaning the environment. Yeast is used in the preparation of idli, dosa, bread, and cakes to ferment the dough. Fungi are used to prepare the antibiotics. These are the medicines which stops the growth of bacteria. Penicillin is obtained from the mold Penicillium. And the discovery of penicillin was done by Alexander Fleming. Now some harmful effects of fungi. The molds spoil food if kept in moist places. During rainy season, they grow on furnitures, clothes, and even on leather material. They cause large number of diseases in plants and animals. Some plant diseases caused by fungi are rust, blight, and wilt. These can wipe out the entire season's crop. They can cause skin, scalp, and nail infections in human beings. Now we will discuss about lichens. Lichens are the symbiotic association of algae and fungi. They both are benefited from living together. The algae produces food through photosynthesis as it consists chlorophyll, and fungi protect algae and gather moisture for the photosynthesis process from the environment. This helps both fungi and algae. This relationship is known as symbiotic relationship or mutualism. Now see the association of fungus and algae in this picture. The single body or the single unit in which one algae and fungi is associated is known as soradium, and number of soradiums are coming out through the lichen. Lichens can live in harsh climatic conditions because they are mutually supported by each other. These grow very slowly and usually grey, green, orange and red in color. They are found on rocks, trees and firm soil. So students, in this video we learned about algae and fungi and their symbiotic relationship. I hope you enjoyed this learning. Thank you.